of your population. So, this makes it out to be. It makes it to look like everybody in the South has slaves and everybody in the North does not, and that's not true. 90%, 97% of the South was exactly like the North, slave free. There was only 3% that had the slave. Now, getting on with that, what is really the South? How do we look at it today? There's nothing that
as I said,
has been said after that.
Maps.
Yeah, there's nothing that's been said after that says anything different.
I've never seen anything that said Oklahoma was part of the web. I mean, I can't verify that by any means with the interweb.
Well, because Oklahoma and Texas were considered in the South, and part of that compromise line, and why Oklahoma has that handle, the panhandle, is because Texas was definitely South. Mm-hmm. So that border on Texas, they wanted to be all in the South. Texas is not North. Texas will never be North. They bitched and moaned enough to definitely be included in that. But I don't know. What's everybody else's take? Do you think Oklahoma's South?
I mean, that would be interesting to me because the one of the hosts from HTNOS, he very much is under the opinion that Oklahoma is not a southern state, which I don't know. Maybe he's never been to Oklahoma. Like I've been a lot of different states in this country. People in the South just live their life a little bit different than most people do. Like they have I mean, it's kind of a strong statement, but I think we have different values in the South than they have in, say, Boston, up in the Northeast. Like we just live life a little bit different down here.
I agree.
And I think we live life a little bit different than people in Nebraska do. I mean, when I moved out here from California, I stopped in a lot of those states in the Midwest coming this way. And people are just different there. I mean, it's just a different vibe once you get to the southern states and get around the people that live there. I mean, people talk about Southern hospitality. That's a real thing, man. I mean, I know I've been in relationships with people from other states, and when they get here, they always comment on how friendly everybody is. And I mean, that's kind of a generalized statement, but I mean, for the most part, there is nothing but friendly people down here.
Well, and I don't know if part of that is just hearsay because one person did it correctly, or hearsay that somebody else did it bad. But I mean, you think about Boston, you think about assholes.
Yeah, and I've known some people that are from there, and once I got to know them after a time, they're not really assholes. They're just very matter of fact, and they come across very opinionated. So, yeah, especially people from here, we're not really used to that. We're used to people being a little bit more polite with their opinions. But I mean, man, people from up there, they're going to tell you exactly where they stand, and they don't give a shit if it hurts your feelings or pisses you off. They could get in their pockets and empty them out. There's not a fuck in there, man.
Well, so, carrying on with this rabbit hole of the South, well, you know how I am with porn, Chatterbait, porn.
I have heard the word on the street.
Yeah. That's interesting. What is the most searched porn in the South versus everybody else?
Well, I don't even know what to think about this topic right here, because the map that I was sent to, we got tagged in a map that had the most popular search terms by state, and it had a Pornhub logo on the bottom of it. And I could believe a lot of them. I mean, a good portion of the states, I could actually believe those terms.
But Oklahoma and Colorado,
we got it pretty weird. I mean, it said Oklahoma's number one top search term on Pornhub was goth hospital. What the fuck? And somebody commented and said, "Hey, man, I'll give it to him. Like, I have searched goth porn. I have searched hospital porn. I've never put those two terms together, and I have a hard time believing if you do, you're still not going to come up with enough results, and that's not going to be a bigger percentage than just say the term MILF. Like, I have a hard time believing that's number one in Oklahoma."
Yeah, but do you see how that could be a self-fulfilling prophecy? In other words, you put that out on Facebook, everybody in Oklahoma goes to look up what goth hospitalization porn is, and all of a sudden you got the most searched. Yeah, the most searched.
Well, I'm glad I'm not. What did Colorado get? I can't remember what theirs was.
Droopy balls.
Droopy balls. You Colorado people are sick fucks.
Yeah, I don't know how true that list is, but we had some fun with it. I have just about as much fun with that as I do the really single guys on social media.
Oh man, let me touch on this, man. Like I follow some girls. I don't even think they're all single on Instagram, and sometimes and Twitter too. Sometimes you can tell they've just had it with single guys contacting them. And I had a country music artist. She's just starting out. I think she's got a record deal, and she is a very attractive female. She started following me on Instagram, and when my Instagram account is locked down tight. So if you guys want to follow me, you gotta follow, request it, and then probably DM me and tell me you're a listener of the show, and I'll approve it. But anyway, I started scrolling through some of her pictures to see what kind of person or what kind of material she's posting. I started reading some of the comments, and this one cat on there, he commented on like 2/3 of her pictures. Are you single? And she's nice, and she replies, yes, I am single. I'm single too. Where does the conversation go from there? Then I start thinking about some of these girls I know that get DMs on Instagram, get emails on POF. Okay, now there's these cats, that are really single, and then there's the thirsty dudes. And I know a chick that's from POF, and she'll send me screenshots sometimes. The first message that this dude sends straight out of the gate is, I'll lick your pussy. Okay, first thing that comes to my mind is, what is the success rate of that message that he sends? How often has that worked into his favor?
Maybe 1 in 100.
You think it's that high?
Well, I'm trying to be generous. Generous enough to say, at eventually at some point, it worked.
And if it hasn't, he's got to be a tenacious dude, man. Because she said he's contacted her subsequently like 3 or 4 more times, and that's all he said. And I'm like, well, where does he expect the conversation to go from there? Like, are you supposed to reply and say, okay, what are you doing later tonight? Like, I mean, how often does this? Maybe I just don't understand the game. Maybe that's why I sit on the sidelines a lot. I mean,
yeah, I mean, what? Fuck.
But closed mouth don't get fed. That's what I was taught growing up. No pun intended. But
no, that's true. But I mean, if you're going to get a hold of a lady, I mean, you need to be cool and just be like this. Be like this. I can't do it.
Oh,
that's a bummer. I was getting ready to put a sound effect in there, and it was going rather cool. It's just, I don't know. We'll have to do it later on in the show. But, those really, really single guys,
maybe there's a reason they're really single.
I don't know, man, because I've seen one where the guy's like, the guy gets, of course, it's like a successive meme. You have like a meme that's broken but down into 4 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
You have top left, and then top right, and then bottom left, bottom right.
Yeah.
And so the top left is this dude's got Coke bottle glasses. He needs a haircut really bad. It's a really bad high school photograph. And the next one is, him in like a pair of shorts, but still got the Coke bottle glasses. And the next one is him, with the covers on. He's got the Coke bottle glasses on. And then the next one is the tent that he's pitching underneath that blanket. And so that begs the question, if he's got a dick that big, does it really matter what he looks like? I mean, if you want a dick that big, does it matter? It takes fortitude to cram one of those son of a bitches in, number one. And number 2, it's going to hurt. And if you like that,
God bless you.
God bless you. I dig you too. But, at that point, if that tool is that big, does it matter what he looks like? I mean,
that's going to be a woman by woman case there. Like, I've actually asked chicks these questions, and like some of them were like, "Oh yeah, if he's not very attractive in the dome, then no, I'm not going there." Then I have known some girls that were like, "I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm just after the D."
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some chicks that are just hideously bad looking, but have a rocking body and an amazing set of fake tits.
Butterface.
Yeah, they should have put all the energy into facial surgery, but instead did the body, which is great. Because I can bag that head. I can put it in a bag. I can put it in a bag and draw a face on the bag.
That's where we differ, man. That's where we differ. I mean, I'm the first person on the block that's going to appreciate a nice set of implants, but if you got a wrecked out dome, I'm going to go ahead and make it a pass. You got to be attractive.
You just go get your own Hot Pocket.
Yep. I'm going to leave those Hot Pockets in the freezer. Sorry, hon.
All right, so let's get serious.
Okay, here we go. What do you want to go to?
What is the logic of no wall stand?
Man, I've seen a lot of this floating around. There's a lot of people that have this opinion. I just want somebody to explain it and make it make sense. I can't remember. Somebody had a rally, and they said I guess he announced his candidacy for president. But his slogan about the wall is, walls don't work, walls kill people. Huh? What? I don't get that. How?
Right now I just have like a vision of a Mexican walking up to the wall, and then the wall kind of looking like a transformer. The arms come out and then just starts beating the son of a bitch to blood pulp.
I don't.
Walls don't kill people,
And people were cheering that, and I'm just like, and there's all these people that are so against a wall, but I guarantee you don't leave your front door to your house open every night when you go to bed.
No, and if you think walls don't work, go ask Ted Bundy.
Well, he found a few of them that didn't work. Like, he got out a couple times.
Yeah. I'm just saying, those idiots and criminals who deserve to be in prison are in prison, and they're guarded by guards with walls.
Well, and most of these rich politicians that are screaming about no wall, their houses are by walls. So
and they're anti-gun, but they're guarded by people with guns.
Their hypocrisy knows no bounds.
No bounds. Yeah.
Yeah, God. I mean, I don't get that. I see that argument every day on Twitter about how walls don't work. Walls don't work. I can give you a whole bunch of instances they do.
Give me some backup on why you think walls don't work. Show me some proven facts on why walls don't work, because they work at my house.
I just don't get it. Like I said, I mean, no. None of these people are leaving their door wide open at night, and I bet they're even locking their door when they go to bed. So, I mean, a door is just a really small wall. It keeps people out.
You know why goats have not eaten my house? Because they're behind a fence, which is a wall.
A barrier.
Yes.
Well, here's the real fucked up deal. You know that they gave Trump this bipartisan deal, and I was watching The Five today as I sat in the ER on Fox. In this deal that the Democrats love, it says in it, okay, if there is a child that is by himself and somebody sponsors that child and brings them into the United States, they build this wall and they catch that person, they're not allowed to deport them. So theoretically, somebody from MS-13, the cartels, somebody into child sex trafficking can bring children over here that were going to be unaccompanied by an adult. They can catch them, and because the way that this bill was written, that the Democrats want Trump to accept, they will not be allowed to deport those people. Now, tell me that's not promoting victimizing children. But they're all on board with it. I don't get that. Where is common sense in this whole equation?
Probably in the same place that makes us wonder why Oklahoma's in the South or not.
Maybe. I don't know, man. How people can support this kind of shit, I do not know. Like, I mean, if you have any common sense, tell me. If I want anybody listening right now that believes we do not need to build a wall, please email us and give us some facts about how a wall does not work and why we don't need one.
Yeah, we're not going to blow you up on social media. We're not here to make fun of anybody. Actually, what we are here for, more than anything, is to learn. If there's something you can teach us that we don't know, by all means, do it.
I'll be the first person to say I was wrong.
Yeah, Shiner and I have both taught each other many things, many things that we had a different view on, and until you logically came forth with with good information, some good